to really go well with you, because she can never forget these three types of men. So if she's with you and you're this type of man, it enables her to really stay with you and to really love you. Number one man a woman finds it very difficult to forget is a man that knows how to treat her well in bed, that knows how to really knack her well. That is why if you're with a woman who has been with so many men, and along the line she meets men who really can do it well, and you can't do it well, it is difficult for that woman to stay with you, because she can never forget a man that really made her come, a man that made her to get to orgasm. That man that really gave her the way she wants it, she can never forget him. So no matter how much she try, in as much as if it is a woman who is not into many men, so she can't really know if a man did it well with her, unless she is with a man that did it well and you didn't do it well. But if a man is doing it more than you, a woman can never forget that man. It makes that woman to still think about him. So it will be very difficult for you to get that woman to really treat you well, because when her mind is with another man, her mind will never be with you. So treating you well the way she's supposed to treat you becomes very difficult. That's where you get with a woman. She's nice today, tomorrow she's not. You will notice it's as if she's loving you, she's not loving you, because her mind, any day she remember that mind, her mind will spoil. She'll feel like she want to go be with the person. She want the person to do her the way the person used to do her, because you're not really doing it the way she wants. So try to find out, what are you? What kind of man are you in?
Let's start with this number one. We'll be taking them one after the other. You see, I noticed that my sister is making a very big point. And I'm very happy about that. Some people say the bait aspect when it comes to relationship or marriage, that it contributes up to, some will say 50%, some will say 30%, some will say 70%. So I don't know the percentage you think that the bait aspect when it comes to relationship, what it contributes to it. I know, but I still know that majority of women love the bed aspect, and I know that minority don't really like it. It's not that they don't like it, but they don't take it as a priority, because they attach other values, more before the bed aspect, which is still cool. So which means from her point, which means that every man should try to learn, to become Okocha or Messi or Ronaldo, so that you can be good in so many aspects. So when it comes to defensive aspect, you are there. Comes to forward, you are there. When it comes to midfield, you are there as well. Because you cannot be doing this and you don't know how to do this, because this is an institution that you need to pass through so many things. So I love that. So which means if you're doing it, make sure you are giving it to that person to satisfaction. From the summary of the whole thing is that make sure you are giving it to that person to the person's satisfaction. So even though the person is not satisfied, try to find out if this person is not satisfied, so that you can be able to increase it. I was listening to one record once at a time. One Mommy Gio, she was saying that love making is I don't know how she said it. He says it's a fellowship. So before this thing, you have sings and praises and solo eat and before everything. So which means there is more to this. So let's go to the next level.
The second type of man a woman will never forget in her life is a man she is truly in love with, a man she fell in love with. That is why if you are in a relationship with a woman and you notice she's not in love with you and you are not doing her well in bed, maybe she has been complaining, my brother, it's better you quit, because there is every tendency that woman is going to cheat on you. If she loves you to an extent, she can manage, she can cushion you with a man who really did her well in bed. That's if you're not meeting up. But if she really do not love you and you're not meeting up in bed, that is cheating on a very higher level. And she getting herself to treat you right, to do well, to do justice to that relationship, it is something she will never do. A woman cannot love two men at the same time. A woman can only love one man at a time. So if you're not the one she loves, it is difficult for you to get, no matter how much you try to impress her, she will never be impressed. So if you are in a relationship and you find out that you can't satisfy a woman and she's not in love with you, run. Don't stay. Because she can never forget that man she's in love with, and that man who can really satisfy her in bed. If you can satisfy her in bed and she's not in love with you, there's every tendency she begin to like you, because of women even like it more than you men. There's every possibility she'll begin to think about you because of the things you do to her in bed. Before you know it, if you treat her well, and if she's low-headed, you will notice she will begin to fall gradually for you. But if she's complaining you're not doing her well and you notice she's not in love with you, Ben Johnson, run. Third man a woman will never forget in her life is a man who really knows how to put her in her place. If you are a man who knows how to handle your woman, you know how to put her in her place without her feeling that you're keeping malice, without her feeling that you're doing those things to get at her. It means those traits make her to really fall in love with you. Women want men who they can easily look up to. So if she can look up to you and you notice you can now satisfy her in bed, you have it all with her. It is easy for her to stay with you and not cheat on you. But if you know how to handle her and you know how to handle her in bed, it is easy for her to love you. You will see she begin to love you. You will now have these three things, and she will forever value what she have with you and love you. She will never.
Yeah, that is very beautiful. Be that person someone will look up to. From your attitude, the way you are, if you want someone to become something, you have to make that person to see it in you. Let it reflect in you. It's not just you want your woman to be a better person. You yourself, are you a better person? You want your woman to be nice to you. Are you nice person? Even though sometimes you might be nice to her, but let that attitude you are trying to teach her, cultivate it in you. Sometimes the way you approach it, sometimes the way you present something makes someone to reciprocate. Now, for instance, if you are harsh, something that was meant to talk politely, and you are harsh, and you want someone to respond to you politely, it is not possible, because you triggers that person. Sometimes we forget the trigger and we want to contest the person's response. So if you know how to put someone in a place, calmly, a woman will always be there for you. She will always look up to you, because there are a lot of, I love what, this is a very big point, when someone look up to you, the way you behave, the way you treat her nice, the way you talk to people, the way you treat people. Yeah, I know there are still some people who don't care, which is cool, but majority of people reciprocate based on your attitude towards them. They reciprocate. Now, secondly, when you notice that someone did not love you, why are you forcing yourself into the person's life? So forcing yourself in the person's life, it means, you are just wasting your time. These are the things, if you possess these qualities, you're doing well. Then if you don't possess these qualities, please try to fix them in you. There is no harm in trial. I still believe in the power of change. You can still change yourself, and you can still change that partner that you think that is stubborn, that you think that things are not moving well. You can still change it. That is not late yet.